All right, I'm going to start recording. Good evening, Team Our Victory. Brittany McMillan here. And tonight I'm joining you to discuss a great topic for this time of year. This time of year, it is like the season where people just kind of disappear on us. So And it can be very frustrating in this business when people just kind of vanish and all of a sudden our news feed gets kind of silent. And I know I've been feeling that too lately. You know, you just don't get as many likes on things, or you don't get as much interaction with people commenting on your status. And, you know, when you reach out to message people about the opportunity of coaching or the opportunity of even just joining one of your challenge groups, sometimes you don't even get a response from them. You know, I've been there, I am there. So these tips tonight are not just tips for you to listen in on. They are definitely tips that I am taking seriously and taking away from this. As I was kind of creating the content for tonight, I had a couple aha moments myself where I was like, yes, Brittany, that's a good idea. You should be doing that too. So I'm excited to get in. But first, let's talk about, why do they go away? Like, let's wrap our heads around why these people vanish on us in the first place. Well, it's a busy time of year. It truly is. So we're kind of getting, most people are getting into their back to school routine by now. You know, in the beginning of September, it's kind of all about that. Like, people are juggling, how do I get the kids back to school? I got to deal with me maybe going back to work too, because maybe in the summer, you know, if you're a teacher or whatnot, you know, they're not working. You know, it's not really vacation time anymore. So all those vacations, people have used up their vacation days over the summer. So it just gets really busy. People are working, the hours of daylight are fewer, and the kids are packed with homework, and you just have more people to kind of take care of on a daily basis. It also just gets busy with the excitement of the holidays. You know, then obviously the traveling season for that happens, and maybe people are coming into town and you're hosting people in your houses and things like that. So it just gets busy. They also go away because it truly is the season of giving. We're getting into a great season for our business in terms of us. Like, what can we give to people? But imagine, most people are trying to figure out what they can give to others. And, you know, yeah, they can give the gift of fitness to somebody, and they most certainly could purchase a fitness program from you as a Christmas present. And that's a great idea. But a lot of people don't give those things as gifts. It can become offensive to somebody. Like, I mean, imagine if somebody gives you a workout program, sometimes people read it as like, I've got to lose weight, really? And so a lot of times people are hesitant about gifting that unless that person has like been dying to do it and has just really wanted it. So it's the season of giving. A lot of people aren't considering giving Shakeology or giving a Beachbody program as a gift. And then on top of it, they're not thinking about themselves right now. They're thinking about giving to other people. They're saving their money for that. It's also a very big season where parties come into play and get-togethers, and people are just focused on the next event. And the next events aren't things that are so big, like I'm getting ready for my wedding, or I'm getting ready for, you know, a reunion, a high school reunion. It's not an event like that. Like, these events are so close to each other that it's not the kind of event that somebody wants to lose weight for. You know what I mean? So these parties and get-togethers, they give people a lot of reasons to fall off the wagon. And because everybody's doing it, everybody's eating the junk food at the party, and everybody's drinking the drinks and whatnot. Because of that, because they're kind of like, you know, misery loves company, that sort of idea, right? It's that sort of camaraderie. Like, we're all in this together. We're all eating junk food together. And it just kind of becomes a thing this time of year. Another reason people are gone is because they want to do it in January. They already have it set in their minds at this point, like, I'll get back on it in January. I can't do that right now. And so talk to me in January. A lot of people that's just the way they work. I personally hate New Year's resolutions because I personally think that life is short. Life is not guaranteed. And if I want to make a change, I am not going to wait, 2.5 more months to make a change. If there's something about my life I want to change, like I want to save more money, or I want to do this, or this, I'm going to start it now because life is too short. So I'm not the type that makes resolutions anyway for New Year's. And one of the reasons is because fitness used to always be my resolution, and I always used to fail at that. So, beyond that, I'm the type that I'm constantly goal setting, and I'm sure you are too. Everybody on our team. That's what we instill as coaches into one another. But the thing is, most people are not like that. So they'll just wait till January. The other reason, and this is one that I'm sure we're all dealing with right now, especially me in really cold California. Just kidding. It is chilly here though compared to Miami. I have to be real. But it gets cold outside. And so while our Beachbody programs are great because you don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to bundle up to go sweat at the gym to go back in the cold weather with your sweat now drying on you and you're freezing. I've been there, done that when I lived in Michigan, and it was painful. I hated after my workout walking to my car because I felt like my sweat was turning into icicles on my body. So our programs offer something there where people don't want to leave the house because it's a little chilly out. But when it gets cold outside, people like to go for comfort food. That's a fact. And people's clothes get a little baggier. They go for the sweatpants. They go for the oversized hoodie. It just feels comfortable. And so imagine this time of year, people are reaching for those comforting things. So when they're putting on their sweatpants, they're not so concerned that, there's a little extra cushion there. They're not worried about that because it's not swimsuit season. They're not showing their arms in a tank top or, trying to wear a strapless dress or, things like that. There's a lot more coverage happening right now. So people aren't thinking about what their bodies look like as much in their outfits. Okay. So yeah, they go away. But here's the deal, guys. You don't have to go away, and you shouldn't go away. If you go away, and I say this with every ounce of love that's in my heart. I swear I say it, but you're a fool. If you go away right now, you are a fool because we are on the cusp of such an amazing, okay, I take that back. You're not a fool, but that behavior is foolish. That's foolish behavior. Sorry, you're not a fool. I apologize. But don't go away because you're on the cusp of New Year's. You're on the cusp of when they really do need you. And they're going to go away. It's going to get a little quieter in your newsfeed, and that's okay. That doesn't mean nobody needs your help. But we might not be seeing the numbers or the excitement like we will see come January. So do not have foolish behavior. Do not go away right now when the going gets tough, because just like in our workouts, when things are tough, it builds us, right? When our workouts are tough, it pushes us. It makes our body more like what we want it to be, whether it's slimming down or toning up or whatnot. But when your workouts are tougher, you reap better results, right? Same thing here. Okay. So it builds character. It builds a lot of faith in this company when you're still pushing and believing, even when people aren't there. Okay. So this is what separates the, amateur coaches from the big boys, if you know what I mean. So here they are. Tonight I've got 10 tips to kind of stay on people's radars. Okay. So the first one, and I know I say this all the time, I know it's like beating a dead horse, but the first one is that you've got to be present on social media. End of story. You have to be present on social media. You've got to share. Now, I know I say that all the time, and you're like, Brittany, I get it. I've got to post on social media. But here's the deal. Honestly, I'm saying it. I say that you need to be accountable every day on social media, but yet not every coach is doing that right now on our team. Not every coach is on social media every day. And sometimes when I go, I like to follow my teammates. I like to follow you guys. And so I notice when you haven't been around. I notice when, there's been a couple days and you didn't put a post on. These are things I notice. And if I'm noticing it, other people are noticing it, the people who are following you. So you've got to be present. The only way for people to know you exist and you have something to share with them, that you have a solution to their problem, is to be present. So share your workouts, share what you're eating, share the good, the bad, the ugly, share it all. I mean, have a silver lining in what's going on. But if you go to a party, you can share. Maybe you made a healthier version of something to take to a party this time of year. That's a great opportunity to share that and share that recipe. Maybe you worked out really hard all week and you stayed away from the wine and the alcohol. And so maybe that's your reward when you got to that party, is that you got to have yourself a nice glass of wine and just relax for the night. You earned it through the week, through all the hard work that you put in. So use those as opportunities to kind of show people, that you're putting in all this hard work right now when most people are not. Okay. So be present. Number 2, Keep adding to your network this time of year. So it's really important. And what I mean by that is by adding to your network, I mean adding friends, friend requests. Think 3 to 5 per day. And that doesn't mean that you're going to get 3 to 5 new friends every day, but that means that you were in control of trying to add 3 to 5 people to your network every day. That does not mean that when you add that friend to your network, that all of a sudden you are going to then bombard them with Shakeology or tell them about your challenge group. No, that simply means that now that person can start watching your behavior and you can start seeing if they need your help in some way, shape, or form. It's all about forming that relationship. So adding people to your network is great. I'm serious when I say this. And there's even coaches on this team who I added you to my network in, let's say, October, and then come the new year, that's when they came back to me and said, okay, what's this group about? Because I kind of want to lose weight. I see that you're into health and fitness. What can you tell me about, X, Y, and Z? It happens, people. It really does happen. So add these people to your network now so that they can kind of start to see what you're all about so that by the new year, you are on their radar. You can also be adding people to your Instagram account. Search hashtags they don't even have to be hashtags that are health and fitness related necessarily. This is a great time of year to search fun hashtags like pumpkin everything, or, if there's a specific Halloween costume that you like, then you can search that one. Or if whatever your favorite dish is at Thanksgiving, just anything to deal with the holidays, eat, drink, and be merry, if that's a hashtag, just go start searching them and search the people that are there and start following different people, see if they'll follow you back, and add people to your Instagram. I'm going to say this here, but I'll talk a little bit more in detail about it later, but that's also this is an opportunity in terms of networking. If you only have one form of social media to share on right now, this is a great time when the noise is a little, when it's not so loud. It's a great time of year to then be creating a new account and start building it right now when it's not so busy and you're not trying to focus on all of your clients who are in a new challenge group. Okay, so this is also a great opportunity. Keep in mind, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket because you never know. You never know when tomorrow Mark Zuckerberg could say, I'm not doing Facebook anymore. I'm shutting it all down. Or you have to pay to use Facebook now. Or you never know what happens with these things. So it's important that we don't put all our eggs in one social media basket. Find your favorite. Find the one that works for you, but experiment with other ones because you never know who you can find on other outlets. I know for me, I like Facebook better than I like Instagram because I feel like I can actually connect better with somebody messaging wise than I can on Instagram, but I can find people that I would never find on Facebook via Instagram. So it's really important to kind of broaden your social media horizons, especially this time of year where you might have a little extra time because maybe you don't have a ton of challengers right now. Okay, number 3, be real. So when I was talking in number 1 about sharing, being present, that's awesome. Be present, but don't be so perfect this time of year. Here's the thing. People don't want to feel bad that they're not working out. You've been there. I've been there where there's that person that is like perfect on your newsfeed and you're like, I hate her. Why is she always working out? So I'm sure people hate me too for always working out, but you've got to find ways to be real and relatable so that people aren't put off by you, that they feel able to then talk to you come the new year. So if you're very standoffish via social media, and I guess when I say that, I just mean like you never have a bad day or you never take a day off and everything looks perfect from the outside. If you never really let them get to know you and maybe some of the struggles you've dealt with and here's how you overcame it, or like I said, I worked my butt off all week working out, so now I'm going to treat myself this weekend. If you're not real like that, then the people are not going to be able to come to you. Keep in mind, like, put yourself in their shoes. It's really scary to need somebody else's help. And sometimes it's really scary to actually take that first step and like reach out to them because it's the same as us. Like when we're afraid to reach out to somebody, it's scary, right? It's scary to reach out to somebody. So imagine, and we're the ones kind of in control, right? We're the ones kind of with the upper hand. We have a little bit of insight with this whole Beachbody thing. These people have no idea. And so you've got to be real and relatable with them, why they want you as opposed to going and getting that gym membership down the street. You know what I mean? Why is what you have to offer better than the gym? And in these next coming months, it's a great opportunity for you to let people know why your option is maybe better for them than going to the gym. Number 4, comment on other people's posts frequently. So this is a great time of year when, if you're not getting very much new noise going, or you just don't have a lot of messages going back and forth, or anybody to really help out, start scrolling. This is a great time. And I know we get caught in the trap sometimes of scrolling social media, but this is the one time I'm going to tell you, scroll social media, scroll it and comment. I mean, find, like, maybe somebody just had a baby, comment on it. Let them know that you see this and you're so happy for them. Like, get involved in their life. Maybe somebody made something like banging awesome for Thanksgiving. Get in there and comment on how delicious that looks, and can I please get the recipe? Maybe somebody, it is the holidays, but maybe they still got their workout in and they posted, like, went for a run tonight, feeling good. Like, give them a virtual high five. Comment on people's things, because here's the deal. It builds friendships. People see that you're not just like this robot on social media, and that you don't just want something from them, that you can give to them. Remember what I said, this is the season of giving. And as coaches, this is a great time for us to just show our true hearts. Not that you have to buy something from me to get my heart, but that I just want to give my heart to everyone along the way, because that's what matters. It places you also in their feeds more often, guys. If you comment on somebody's status, then their personal newsfeed is going to pick up on you more often. So a lot of times our posts get lost in the shuffle because they don't go to everybody's newsfeed. Not everybody sees your content every day. So that's why it's important, like, not to just advertise a challenge group once and then leave it. You've got to do it multiple times, because the same people might not see it the second time around. But it's important to comment on people, because by commenting on them, it now allows, like, you to be part of their newsfeed more, and vice versa. They're going to be in your newsfeed as well. So if there's somebody that you're really trying to form a relationship with, and you think they'd be a really great challenger, or they really would enjoy Beachbody, then really start trying to get in there and commenting whenever they post something. And it just shows that you care. I kind of said this a second ago about our hearts, but it just shows that we care about people, that it's not just about buying a challenge pack, that it's about forming relationships. It's about going through this journey together, because it's not an easy one. It's not an easy journey at all. And if they feel like they have some sort of trust in you already before they even dive in, so much better. They're going to get so much better results, because they're going to feel comfortable with you in a situation that kind of starts a little bit uncomfortable. When you're at that point where you're sick of your body and you're just fed up, you don't want to look in the mirror, it's a really uncomfortable way to start something. And so you're kind of taking the edge off a little bit by showing your heart and showing that you care and that you can help them. Okay, number 5. Check in. Spend some time checking in with your existing clients. So if you have customers already, but maybe not a challenge group running right now, or you do have a challenge group running right now, but some of your customers aren't in that one because they just, they decided they didn't want to be in that one. They opted out. That's fine. But spend this season checking in with them. And this is where I kind of had like a huge aha. This was huge for me as I was writing it. Send Christmas cards or Thanksgiving cards, like a thankful card, like, I'm so thankful for you. You could send just holiday, a New Year's card, whatever. You could send them a card in the mail. Imagine what your customers are going to think when they get an actual handwritten card from you in the mail. Just checking in and saying, I thank you so much for believing in me and trusting in me to be your coach. I hope you have a beautiful holiday season. I mean, what kind of power would be in that, right? I know that if I got a card like that from somebody, it would like totally make my day, and they would definitely be on my radar for sure. I'd be honed in on them for real. Another thing that I like to use is a website called MailChimp, MailChimp, MailChimp. And it's a newsletter generating website. So what you do is you input email addresses into the database there, and then you create a newsletter however you want it to look. There's so many different templates and styles, and you can create your own. What I've done in the past is I'll start with like a little welcome intro to whatever's going on that time of year. Like I did one in the spring. And so we just kind of talked about spring and spring cleaning and this and that. And then I gave them a couple tips for like, how to spring clean their kitchen out. I think I did. And then after that, I gave them a recipe I think I gave them a guacamole recipe, which was one that I already had on my website anyway. So it wasn't truly that much extra work for me. I already had the image and I already had it all typed up. So I just kind of copy and pasted it in there. And then below that, I showed them what my upcoming challenge groups were, as well as what was on sale for that month. So MailChimp is a great way to connect to your clients that you already have if you've kind of, lost base or lost touch with them. It's a great tool. So when you go into your Coach Online office, you can get all of your customers' emails by just going into the My Business tab and looking at My Customers. And when that pops up and your customers pop up, all of their emails will be right there. If there's one that has decided they don't want Beachbody to contact them anymore via email because maybe there's just too many emails coming in from them. If they've opted out of that, then their email's not going to be there. And you could always just personally message them and ask them, hey, I just wanted to send you a little something in your email, in your inbox. Could I get your email from you? And I'm sure it'd be fine. There's also other ways to, ask people for their emails. So it takes time to get a big sum of emails for a newsletter, but start now, build it small. And then as each month goes on and you get more and more customers and whatnot, just keep adding them to your email list. But MailChimp is awesome. And they do most of the work for you in that tool, in that website. So I love it. But that'd be a great way to check in with them also and to let them know what's up, like to let them know, give them some tips for how to survive the holidays, right? That'd be a great way to kind of start the newsletter. Then you could give them a recipe for maybe a cleaner cookie or some healthier version of a dip that you'd bring to a party, or a great healthy side dish at one of their Thanksgiving or Christmas meals, something like that. And then you could close it off by sharing what you're doing in January so that they already know, hey, by the way, January 1st, we're starting this. So if you want in, this is the step to take. And start working on that now, send it out in December, and you're on their radar. I think that's an awesome idea. I'm definitely going to start working on that one for sure. I was excited at my own idea. How crazy. All right, number 6, invite people to a free group. So here's the deal. I've had times where, I just didn't get anybody for a challenge group. Like nobody was biting. Nobody wanted to be in a group, and that was fine. And so what do I do to flip it around? I offer free challenges because everybody loves free. And I've spoken about free challenges in our webinars before, but let me just remind you that in a free challenge, you want to add like everybody. I mean, everybody. So you basically should just go to your Facebook friend list, and I would say every day, go and message 10 of your friends from that list and say, hey, I'm running this free group because I need extra accountability this holiday season. I'm so afraid that I'm going to fall off the wagon. So I'm running a 7-day holiday boot camp group where we're going to like push each other to work out each day. And I'm going to share clean eating recipes every day. It's totally free, and I'd love to have you by my side cheering me on, and I'll cheer you on too. Are you down? I mean, it can be super, super chill, informal, laid back like that. It doesn't have to be so formal, like join my challenge group, I'm a robot. It doesn't have to be like that. You can just be very relatable and let people know like that you need the accountability and that you're in it together, that it's not something you're giving them. Because a lot of times, that's a little off-putting, when it feels like you're above them in a sense. So if it's like we're both on the same playing field, I got this problem, I know you might have this problem too, I thought of you, let's do this. It's a great way for people to just be like, yeah, you're right, I should do that. This is the thing. When you do a free challenge group, you want tons of people in it because since it's free and since we're in the holiday season, it's so busy. People are like, they're not going to be commenting and posting and engaging the way they would in other times of the year. Last December, I ran a free challenge group and it was pretty quiet most days. It was pretty stinking quiet. And it can get frustrating because you're putting in all this hard work and effort to not get anything back. But just understand that every free group that you do, even when those people aren't talking, they're watching. They're watching and they're deciding whether or not you are what they need, if that makes sense. But if you add these people to your free group, the best way to close it out, you could do a free group in like the middle of December, like 1 week in December before, that Christmas bustle happens and the New Year's bustle. And just do a 1 week group for free. Get as many people in that group as you can. And then when the group is over, you can tell everybody, listen, I've got my next group happening in 2 weeks after New Year's. Who's ready to commit? And that's a great bridge to kind of start getting people into your January group too. That forces people to be, to have you on their radar for sure. Like I said, 5 to 7 day clean eating group, a holiday survival tips group. You could even do a Planksgiving challenge. I've seen people do Planksgiving, like being a little play on the word Thanksgiving. You can do a Planksgiving challenge where you're showing them different types of planks or challenging them to hold the plank a certain amount of time each day and to try to build it each day. You could even, in any of these groups, remember, I highly stress the only requirement, there's only one when they join a group, and it is to create a free Beachbody account under your name. That way, let's say January rolls around and they don't tell you they want Shakeology and they just go and they buy it, it's going to go to you because you're their free coach, okay? So any free group you do, remember, the only requirement, they're not allowed in the group unless they make that free account. Listen, if somebody can't take the time to make a free Beachbody account, it's a waste of time to put them in the group anyway. So just, be very adamant about that and don't be afraid to make that a requirement. It's free. I mean, there's nothing icky about it at all. Number 7, be engaging, but ask questions. So our posts need to be engaging. Like I've kind of brushed upon this with being present and just the variety of things we could talk about and being real and relatable as we're on social media. But this time of year is a great time to get engagement going. So ask questions. Whenever you put a post up, try to find a way to tie in a question. There's 2 ways of doing this. You could either start with your question because let's be honest, a lot of people, they don't read the whole thing. They see maybe your picture, maybe they read the first couple of words, but then they're like, I don't feel like reading this, and they stop. So if you ask the question first, it forces them to read the question. If they want to keep reading the rest of whatever you're going to talk about, so be it. And then maybe they feel compelled to answer your question. Or you can talk about what you're going to talk about and ask the question at the end, and then hopefully they comment. Now, it takes time. I'm going to be honest. When I ask questions, I don't always have people just flooding my comments with answers, but it does offer them an opportunity to participate. Because you're inviting them to talk to you. You asked a question, so you're giving them permission to now participate in your post. And so that's a way for them to then kind of have you stuck in their mind because you've engaged with them. And it's not threatening. You're just asking a question, like, what's your favorite side dish on Thanksgiving? And then you could talk about yours. Maybe you have a recipe on a picture below, right? And then maybe they share their favorite side dish, and then you've got some engagement going. So just think about ways that you could kind of get them to participate in your posts so that when it comes time to ask them to participate in a challenge group, they already have kind of an interaction with you. Okay. Number 8, share transformations. This is a great time. People might not be liking the transformations and people might not comment on them and you might think that people don't care. But when January 1st comes and they want a new body, they're fed up, they've spent 2015 failing at losing the weight for good and finding healthy habits, and they're just tired of starting over and they need help, they're going to remember your transformations that you've been posting, and they're going to remember how amazing these products are because, oh my gosh, how did that person do that in that amount of time? Like, what if I had done that then? What would I look like now? And that's when the wheels start turning for them that, I should have started then too. Why did I wait? You can share tons of transformations, guys. Don't think like, but I don't have one, Brittany, your mind's not good enough yet, or this or that. If you don't have a transformation, and this is where my tough love comes in again. I'm full of it tonight. I love it. If you don't have a transformation yet, go get a transformation. Like, stop fooling around there's that fool word again, but this one's in different context. Stop fooling around and go do a workout program. Like, press play every day and discipline yourself as a Beachbody coach. If you can't discipline yourself to start a workout, commit to it for 30 days and have a transformation in the process, if you can't do that as a coach, how the heck do you think anybody is going to want or think that they can do it with you? You've got to be the example. So share your transformations. If you don't have one, by golly, oh Molly, November and December are your months to shine, let me tell you, because you need to get on it. You do. There's no excuse for that. If you want people to follow you, you've got to be the example for them. That does not mean, by the way, that you need to have this like massive transformation at all. It just needs to show that our products work. And trust me, if you commit to a program, if you truly commit to a program, no ifs, ands, or buts, you will have a transformation. There's no doubt in my mind. You can also share your clients' transformations. So maybe they haven't given you any yet, but spend some time. Like I was saying, when you're checking in with them in these next couple months, when you form that relationship and you check back in with them, hey, how's it going? This and that. Hey, do you happen to have any, like, even if it's a testimonial, guys, even if they can just give you a quote that you're allowed to use on social media, I do that a lot with my clients. I'll quote what they say to show people that my groups are fun or that it works or whatever. And it just shows people, because they don't see inside our groups. They don't really see what's happening. So they form their own beliefs about it. But when we start to show them what's going on in our challenge groups or behind the scenes with our clients, that this stuff really works. It's not just me, it's other people too. When we start showing that, that's when people really are like, their ears perk up, and the theme of the night, we are on their radar. Your transformation does not have to be external either. You could have an internal transformation or a personal one in your life. Maybe something has like something went off in your life, and like, wow, I'm not just a different person in fitness, but I'm just a different, I have a different heart in me now. I know for a fact that I've undergone a major personal transformation through Beachbody in the last 2 years. I can't even tell you the kind of person I was 2 years ago. You probably wouldn't have liked me very much. I don't like old Brittany very much. Thankful for her, because I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't have the head on my shoulders and the knowledge that I have without going through those things. But I'm at a point where I want to be a better version. So you could talk about that stuff. And guys, if you have nothing, like if you're like, well, you're right, I'm being foolish, I don't have my own transformation yet, and I don't really have any clients, so I don't have any of their transformations, and I feel like a crummy person, so I don't really have a personal one. First of all, I'm like, we need to talk. We need to like get on this together. But if that's the case, if all three of those, you're like, no, I don't have any, then get on the Beachbody website. And every week they're posting those transformations of the people that earn the money. Just steal those pictures, copy the picture, and then share it. Share it like you know the kid. You know what I mean? Who knows? Like nobody's going to know that that's not your client. Okay? So just use theirs. All right, number 9. Take this slower time also to prep for January. So if you're present, rather than saying, well, nobody liked my status or nobody joined my November group or whatever, rather than just wallowing in that sorrow this time of year, which I say this because I've been there and I am there, like I fight it. You go through like the roller coaster of emotions. And so there are the times where I would just want to wallow in my sorrows because nobody liked my status. But rather than sitting there and wallowing in our sorrows, we need to pick it up and start like thinking forward. So prepping for your January challenge group right now is a great time when the season is a little slower in terms of Beachbody. This is a great opportunity to get everything ready for January so that come January, you are like ready to go. You're on fire. You've already got your group planned. You've already got your posts planned. You've already got the images, like the cover photo for the group, and you've already got the images for advertising it, and get that stuff going now. I mean, why not? I put right here to be the ant, not the grasshopper. You know the story, the grasshopper and the ant, and the grasshopper just kind of sat back. And then when it was time to reap the harvest, the ant had worked so hard. The ant had all this food and the grasshopper had nothing. So it's the same idea. We want to be the ant right now. We want to be working even though we don't have to, right? The grasshopper didn't work because he didn't think he had to. But then when it came time where we needed that food, where we were ready to go, like people need us in January, well, we've been working when we didn't have to. We've been showing up every day. And so now here it is, January, and we're going to reap that harvest. Okay. It's going to be the harvest season for us while we plant seeds right now. It's just like farmers. Plant the seeds. Let's let it water and grow, right? Be on their radar these next couple months. And come January, you will have harvest. And my last tip is just, it truly goes along with number 9. Oh, back to number 9 real quick. Sorry. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said I'll get back to it. But because it's a slower time, this is a great time to start something new that you've never done before. If you don't have Instagram, get an Instagram. If you don't have a like page, make a like page. If you have never made a video on YouTube, try making a video on YouTube. If you've never posted a video on social media, try posting a video of your workout or whatever. Videos get more views than pictures, than text, anything. Videos are the best on Facebook. So get out there and get a video going. It doesn't even have to be a talking one. You could just be showing your workout. And that would be a great thing to do. Find something new to do these next couple months to fill the time. Get smarter, right? Build your business. I said MailChimp. Maybe you've never done a newsletter before. Great time to start doing a newsletter. I was doing them quarterly. So I had a winter and I had a spring, and then I'm not sure why I didn't do a summer one. Maybe because I was moving and I just totally forgot. I'm just gonna say that that's the reason. I totally forgot to do a summer one, but don't tell anybody. And then now one here at the end, I can do one to make up for the end of the year. Maybe my goal now in 2015 is I want to do one every single month, right? And be better than I was. Sorry, my goal in 2016, do one every month, be better than I was in 2015, where I only did one every 3 months. So, just find something about this Beachbody business to be new at, right? Find something to grow in. When we continue to just kind of do the same things over and over again and we don't grow, we get stuck. We get stuck in those ruts. So spend this time right now getting ahead of the game. Learn about something new that you haven't tried yet. And last one, number 10, business as usual. Okay, we hear no's. We always hear no's, but just go with business as usual, as if like you're not even hearing them. Just keep going as if, as if this time of year isn't a little bit more difficult than other times. Business as usual. Wake up every day. Make sure that you're posting 3 to 5 times. Network with people and connect. Invite people to your challenge groups, and plan things out, right? Set a to-do list for yourself every day and just get in there. Plug into team calls every week. Make sure that you're checking into the team page, checking into your coach online office, staying active as a coach right now. Just business as usual. Do your workouts, drink your shakes, all that good stuff. But don't take this time to kind of sit back and say, well, I'm not really hearing anything, so I'm just going to, I'm just going to kind of disappear. No, you can let everybody else disappear, but you can't. Because what separates the coaches who fizzle out in this activity or this business, the coaches that fizzle out are the ones that sit back in times like this, the coaches that end up becoming successful and build momentum are the ones that just go on business as usual because that's just what you're supposed to do. Okay? So remember, people go away. It's a busy time of year, and for all good reason. There is every reason that I told you of why they go away is an absolutely great reason. That it's part of our lives to be busy around the holidays and to want to spend time with your friends and your family and just enjoy food and comfort. And that's okay. It truly is okay. But remember, we don't have to go away at this time of year. We've got a lot of ways to stay on people's radars, a lot of creative ways. And listen, guys, if you have other ways that you've thought of, even sparked right now, or maybe in the next coming weeks, you think of something that helps you to stay on people's radars, I'd love to hear it. I'd love for you to share it on Team Our Victory and help us all, because it's all a team effort. We're all in the same boat. We're all doing the same kind of thing each and every single day. So share what you're doing, what's working for you. And just remember, guys, we are not having our webinar next week because I'm always going to give us the last week of the month off. So next week, no webinar, you are free. But when we return in November, I'm not 100% sure what day it's going to be. I'm starting to think these Tuesday nights might be my better time slot. But when we return in November, on whatever day of the week it's going to be, remember it's the one where we are not muted, where our cameras are on or our phones are on if we're on the go and we're on our phone, whatever it may be. But we're on, we're live, and we are all talking because it's a team meeting, not a training call. So I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks for our team meeting. If you have any questions about tonight, or you need or you want to add anything, feel free to share with us on the team page. All right, guys, thanks for being on. Have a wonderful rest of your week.